You know, we think we know our dogs inside and out. But what if? What if our very best intentions are getting completely lost in translation? Today, we're diving into the untold story of what our dogs are really trying to tell us.
So let's start with a really tough question. Are you, without even realizing it, breaking your dog's heart? Because some of our most common, everyday actions might be sending a message of hurt instead of love. Let's unpack what our dogs really wish we knew.
In this explainer, we're going to take a journey through three key areas. First, how we might be misreading their signals of love. Second, how we can accidentally break their trust. And finally, how to remember that their world is very, very different from ours.
Okay, let's jump right into part 1, misreading signals of love. This is all about how our simple reactions can make our best friends feel completely and totally unheard.
So picture this. You're busy, you're on your phone, and your dog comes over for some kisses. We've all done it, right? We gently push them away, but from their side of things, that little push can feel like a huge rejection. And this just reframes the whole thing, doesn't it? Those kisses aren't just slobber. It is their way of saying, you are my entire world. So when we push that away, they start to hesitate. And that's how they start to feel emotionally shut out. Here's another one. That constant scratching sound. The jingle of the collar while they go at an ear or a paw. It's so easy to just tune that out as, oh, that's just what he does. But more often than not, it's a direct call for help that we're just missing.
This really gets to the heartbreaking reality of it all. I mean, the physical itch is bad enough, but the real pain, the emotional part, comes from feeling invisible to the one person they count on for everything. Their call for help just goes unanswered, and that can lead to this deep sense of loneliness.
So not hearing them is one thing, but some of our actions can actually go a step further. They can unintentionally start to break down the very foundation of trust and safety that we've built with them.
Now, this one's a pretty common training tactic you hear about, but let's really try to see it from their side of the football for a second. See, our goal is to teach discipline, to prevent food aggression. But for them, it triggers this deep, primal survival instinct. It teaches them a really scary lesson. The person I trust the most can make the best thing in my life just disappear. And that uncertainty, that's what creates anxiety.
Think about when your dog is truly scared, like during a thunderstorm or fireworks. Their brain is just flooded with stress hormones. Our reaction in that exact moment is absolutely critical.
When they're that vulnerable, they're looking to us to be their safe harbor, not to be scolded. Getting angry with them then can make them feel completely abandoned right when they need you the most. They start to learn, when I'm scared, my person leaves me.
What about just playing around, like that harmless game of fake throwing a ball? We think it's funny, but for them, it can actually create a whole lot of confusion and anxiety. And this really nails it. Dogs absolutely thrive on predictability. So when their favorite game suddenly becomes a trick, play doesn't feel safe anymore. It feels like a setup. And little by little, that starts to wear away their trust.
All right, for our last section, let's try to fully step into their world. It's so important to remember that what they need and what we need can sometimes be completely different.
For us, a walk is often about getting from point A to point B, getting some exercise. But for a dog, it's so much more. The walk is their version of scrolling through social media or reading the morning paper. By letting them sniff, we're basically telling them, hey, I see you, and what's important to you is important to me too. When we rush them, we're not just cutting the walk short, we're shutting down the main way they understand and de-stress from the world around them. It's no secret that dogs are incredibly social animals. They are wired for connection. And those long, silent hours we're at work, to them, that can feel like an eternity. And this isn't just about them missing you. It's about the deep uncertainty of whether you're ever coming back.
Over time, that can lead to this kind of quiet sadness that we often mistake for them just being calm or independent.
So after hearing all of this, what do we do? How do we actually turn this understanding into action? Let's bring it all together.
If there is one single thing to take away from all this, it's this. We need to shift our whole perspective from being a dog owner to being our dog's partner. It really is all about listening to their silent language and becoming that safe, predictable anchor that they absolutely need us to be.
In the end, it really isn't about the expensive toys or the fancy treats. The greatest gift we can possibly give them is actually so simple. It's just being their safe place in a big, unpredictable world.
And that leaves us with one final thought to take with you. After hearing this, what's one small change you're going to make, maybe even starting today, to better understand your dog?
Thank you so much for joining us for this explainer. If you want to keep diving deeper into topics just like this one, make sure you subscribe to K9 Dog Talk so you never miss our next breakdown.